Hey babe, do you have a second? I wanted to talk again about my parents moving in with us.
Sorry, now's not a good time. I'm at work. Plus, I thought we were done talking about that. Before we got married, you promised me they'd never move in with us.
Yeah, I know, but Alex and Gabby are moving soon, and my parents will have nowhere to go. I'd much rather have them live with us than try and have them living on their own.
Why? They aren't that old. Why don't they find their own place and then we can have them visit on the weekends or vice versa? It would be the best of both worlds. It would be way too much to have them here every day since we're both working.
No way! It would be too much work to go there for them to come here. Plus all that moving around wouldn't be good for them.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you. I know you want them to live with us, but I don't think it's the best idea. I really have too much on my plate already. I shouldn't have to remind you, but I'm running a business. I have to focus on that above anything else. I don't want to have to worry about being back at home if your parents need us. I have way too much responsibility as it is. In return, I'd be willing to contribute financially to their living situation and have them come here on the weekends. I think that's more than fair. Especially since you promised me this type of thing wouldn't happen.
Okay, but if you really love me, you'll do this for me. Oh, I know that might sound selfish, but it's how I feel.
What are you saying? I wouldn't have married you if I didn't love you. And of course I care about your parents very much. But this is a completely different issue. Plus, your brother and his wife still haven't even put their house up for sale yet. They just said they wanted to move, but haven't done anything more than that. I know how much Gabby does for them, and how hard she works around the house. I'm at work all day. I can't possibly do the same. Like I said, I'm totally fine with contributing to help them find a place. We can afford it.
Aw, Gabby just likes doing all that. My parents wouldn't expect you to do the same.
Oh, yeah? Every time we go over there, she seems completely wiped out. Plus, she always wears the same old clothes that are ripped and covered in stains. I hate to even ask, but your parents aren't forcing her to do all that work, are they?
How could you ask that? Of course they're not. My parents have lived with them for 5 years, and I haven't seen them as much as ask her for a glass of water in that time.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're right. I guess I have no reason to believe they would do that. There's no way you'd let it slide if they did anyway. You're too nice of a person.
Exactly. Gabby's just, I don't know, a little bit different, I guess. She's got some mental stuff going on. I don't think she has any interest in fashion anyway.
Maybe. In any case, I'm putting my foot down. Sorry, I'm against them living with us full-time. Unless you have a really good reason for them to live with us, the answer is always going to be no.
Ugh. You really are stubborn, huh?
I don't want to hear any back talk. It's only going to make me want it less.
All right, fine. I'll try and think of a reason why they don't have to live with us.
Hi, I'm sorry to text you this late at night. I wanted to talk to you about living with your parents-in-law. Hey, Gabby. I'm surprised you're still awake. Sorry for texting you out of the blue earlier about them moving in here. No need to apologize. I'm sorry I couldn't respond sooner. I was so busy with work and doing everything around the house. Oh, really? Are you sure you're not too tired? We can talk tomorrow if that's better. No, now is okay. I'm guessing Carlos has talked to you about his parents moving in with you guys after we move? I don't think you should do that. Really? Why do you say that? Do you promise not to mention any of this to Carlos? Of course. I'm secretly seeking you out for advice anyway. He doesn't know about this. Well, as you know, they moved in here about 5 years ago. I've been working that whole time, plus taking care of literally every possible thing around the house. I barely get a minute of rest, let alone a day off. Having them here has used up all the money I saved up from before I got married. I think you know this already, but I work at the company our father-in-law owns and Carlos manages. I'm practically doing everything on my own there. When I started working, they were nearly bankrupt. Things haven't gotten much better, and I think it's only a matter of time before the company is going under. But our father-in-law demands that I don't quit, and that I have a responsibility to turn things around. Plus, on top of that, I have to come home and do everything at the house. When I say no one in this house lifts a finger, I mean it. To put it bluntly, I'm their slave.
Hang on a second. I noticed you're always wearing really ragged clothes. Is that really because you're not interested in fashion?
It's because I have no money to buy new clothes. I've been wearing the same clothes I've had since 5 years ago when they first moved in. On the other hand, everyone else goes shopping almost once a week.
That's horrible. You need to get out of that environment ASAP. Why don't I talk to Carlos so we can figure out what to do?
I can't leave. I have no family or relatives. I have nowhere to go. Plus, Carlos already knows about all of this. In fact, he's no better than any of them.
What do you mean? Carlos always struck me as the person to not stand for this kind of thing. Wait, aren't you and Alex moving though? That's the reason Carlos gave for why his mom and dad have to live here.
No, we aren't. It's just a lie to get you to let his parents live there. Once they move in, Alex is going to say we changed our minds and decided to stay. But it'll already be too late, and they'll be living in your house. I don't expect you to believe what I'm about to say, but...
What is it?
Carlos is the worst one out of them all. He treats me like garbage and screams at me in front of everyone almost every day. Since you work late, he's always over at the house following me around, barking orders at me, and commenting on how I do the housework. Everyone in that family is a monster. I bet the only reason they want to live with you is because they know you have money and they want to take it. Or because I'm mentally at my breaking point and they know it won't be much longer until I collapse. There's still time for you, though. Run as far as you can. It's not safe for you here. There's no saving me at this point. The damage is done.
I don't believe it. I can't abandon you. We can run away together.
Into where? There's nowhere for either of us to go. I even contacted the police to see if they could do anything, but they didn't. They said it's a domestic issue, and there's nothing they can do.
I'm going to help you.
What?
If you didn't say anything, I might have agreed to let them live here. I already told Carlos I agreed to them coming here for the weekends. But honestly, after hearing what you said, who knows what would have happened? One day, when I come home from work, they might be all moved in here with no warning. Thank you so much for having the courage to tell me all of that. Leave the rest up to me. You're not alone. I'm going to get you out of this.
Melissa, are you sure you don't have any doubts about what I'm telling you?
Not anymore. I always wondered about you. How can I put this? I don't know. I was always just curious about how you meshed with that family. Whenever I asked Carlos about it, he just chalked it up to you liking housework. He promised me that this exact thing would never happen. But then when he heard you guys would be moving, he tried to go back on his word. It's all making sense now. Carlos has been planning this the whole time.
I'm really sorry about this. For a moment, more like a split second really, I was relieved to hear they set their sights on you. I thought it would mean my life would be a little less torturous. I'm so sorry for thinking that. Why did you tell me all of this? If you had kept quiet, you would have gotten your wish. Because you were always so nice to me when you came here. I hadn't been treated like that in longer than I can remember. It made me feel so good. I could tell you were a good person, and I didn't want you to have to go through the same thing as me. You're so strong for putting up with this as long as you have. In return for letting me know the truth, please, let me help you. Carlos and Alex have no idea what's coming to them. Let's put them through hell. They're not going to get away with this.
Melissa! Do you know anything about this?
About what?
Don't play dumb. Gabby's gone. She left a note saying I'm never coming back. Where could she have possibly gone? She has no friends or family. The only other person that she could possibly be staying with is you. Which is very convenient, seeing as I'm standing outside the house right now and my key doesn't fit into the lock anymore. She's in the house, isn't she? I know you changed the locks.
Oh, I see you've solved the mystery. Boy, you really had me fooled for a while. And to think, I was actually going to consider having your parents live with us.
Huh? What are you saying? If anyone, you're the one who tricked me. Gabby isn't mentally stable. Don't believe anything she told you.
You can't decide for me who I'm going to believe. By the way, I looked into your dad's company and, oh, boy, what a mess. I had no idea you worked at a place on the brink of bankruptcy. I wonder where all the company's money went. Maybe on all that expensive designer stuff you wore the day you met me? Gabby showed me the numbers. You've been taking loans and borrowing money from anywhere that'll give it to you. Do you have any idea what you're doing? Oh, you're so stupid it makes me laugh. Although I shouldn't talk, because I was dumb enough to fall for your act.
I didn't use the company money for that. I got those things for my birthday.
Yeah, sure you did. Okay, next question. Why is it that Gabby was always wearing rags every time we went to see her? Was it like you said, because she had no interest in fashion? Nope. When I asked her, she told me she's wanted to go shopping for years. Could the real reason be because your brother and parents don't give her a dime of her own money she works for to buy new clothes? Bingo!
Melissa, are you serious right now? You're believing her over your own husband. Something's wrong here.
The only thing that's wrong is what you and your family are doing. They preyed on her because they knew she had no family or no one else to run to. That is until I showed up. Sorry to burst their bubble. I bet they saw me the same way, right? Yeah, I don't have any family, but you better believe I have friends and a whole company of people that will come to my side if I need help. And trust me, after telling them about you and your family, they're ready to do whatever they can for me. First things first, you better believe this marriage is over.
Oh yeah? You think you rule the world because you have money? That's all you have, you fat, ugly witch. What a mistake it was to marry someone as pathetic as you. Thanks, though. You better believe I'll be taking half of that when we get divorced. Ha! I'll find a woman that's 100 times better than you. You won't be so arrogant when I take half your money.
Finally, your true feelings come out. First, let's talk about Gabby. There's no question that she's getting a divorce and suing for emotional damages for the way she was treated like a slave and denied access to her own money. As for us, yeah, you might be getting my money, but you won't be able to keep it for very long. I imagine you'll need it when Gabby sues you and your parents, too. They don't have any money of their own after leeching off her for so long, so I bet you'll need to foot that bill.
What? Why would she think she could sue us?
Well, you said it yourself. Gabby is mentally unstable. So, we went to get her evaluated by a professional, and it turns out you're right. All of the abuse caused her extreme mental suffering. It's all in the medical report we got from the doctor. Which is what she'll use as ground for suing the pants off you creeps. It doesn't matter if it's physical or mental. Abuse is abuse. Sounds like it'll be a pretty clear-cut win for her. You knew that, didn't you? You can't possibly be that stupid.
You're the stupid one. Good luck trying to prove we caused her to be like that.
The fact that we can prove it all is exactly why I'm divorcing you. Do you think I would do that without any other hard evidence? Gabby has been recording all the things you and your horrible family have said to her. I know everything. Oh, and by the way, we've already contacted the local newspaper, and they said they'd pick up the story. You can't run from this, or pretend like it's not going on anymore.
What? I'm calling your bluff. There's no way a newspaper would pick up a stupid story like this.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. Nothing like this ever happens around here. They picked up the story in a second, especially since it involved a local business owner. Plus, we could have just paid them to feature the story, but lucky for us, they decided to report about it for free. Oh, I wonder what the title's gonna be. Local woman freed after trapped as slave. Or maybe, the family from hell enslaves young wife.
What does any of this even have to do with you? They haven't done anything to you.
No, but they were going to, weren't they? You were trying everything in your power to get them into our house so they could do the same thing to me. There's no use in explaining that to you, though. You already know that. And soon everyone in this town will know when they read the news. If it gets big enough, maybe the whole country's gonna read about it.
Do you enjoy causing my family pain? I had no idea you were such a sick and twisted person.
Are you seriously trying to act like the victim? After treating Gabby like she was worthless and planned on doing the same to me? Yeah, maybe you never really learned what kind of person I really am. If you pick a fight with me, you better be ready to throw down. I'll always stand up for people who have helped me. Which in this case is Gabby. She quite literally saved my life by telling me about who you and your family really are.
Melissa, I'm sorry. I had no choice. It's just what my parents forced me to do. It's how I was raised.
Well, I'm glad to see you have some remorse for what you've done.
So you'll forgive me? Let's put this behind us and start over.
No, not a chance. What I meant was you seem like you'll be in a good place to think long and hard about what you've done after we get divorced. Well, if you really love me, you'll do that for me, right? After that, Gabby and I both contacted lawyers to move forward with our divorces. As expected, Gabby got a truckload of money from suing Carlos's family. In fact, I don't even mind that Carlos got some of my money, because technically it went straight to Gabby. I doubt he has 2 pennies to rub together. It's true, Gabby really did have severe emotional damage. Now she's getting the treatment she deserves to help her cope with the abuse she had to go through. Just being out of that environment has helped a lot. I told her she didn't need to do anything around the house now that she lives with me. But she's gone above and beyond to keep this place looking great. I'll never forgive that evil family for what they did to someone as sweet as Gabby. Once their story hit the shelves, boy, did they get famous. Or should I say, infamous. Their family business finally went under, and the house they were all living in got foreclosed. It sounds like things really got bad after their story got spread around. They had huge physical arguments. In the end, they scattered all over the state like cockroaches. I don't expect things to work out for them. Every one of them needs the support of someone else to survive. I hope they all live in despair and turmoil, because that's exactly what they deserve. By the way, I sold the house Carlos and I used to live in, and Gabby and I moved far away so they'd never be able to find us. We're enjoying the single life as roommates now. Even though we're not related by blood, she feels like my little sister. I think I'm done with marriage after what I went through with Carlos. For a while, I was feeling really depressed about everything. I felt very used and didn't feel like I had much self-worth. I was just a pawn in a sick, evil game. But now I'm over that and really enjoying focusing on myself and working as hard as I can. Especially now that I have my new sister.